You also don't know what the future holds. You don't really know whether or not something is meant to work or not. But like with the relationship, I don't know if it would have worked in the future. But I do know, acting from a place of impulse and reactivity, why would anyone want to make any decisions from that place? That's not the kind of place to make a grounded, mature, logical decision. So I used to always sell stuff impulsively because I would get this fight or flight energy of needing change or needing progress. And then I would sell the thing and it would be fine and it would maybe give me some relief and stuff. But then I would always see it around town and miss the car. And that is a very common theme with me in every area, which I guess is just the same thing as being avoidant. And then you don't have the thing, and then you miss the thing, and it's gone. And a lot of times it's forever gone. And it's sad to think that we could let things go that we care about because we're being emotionally reactive. And I did that in the relationship, but thankfully we always found our way back home. But there's an obvious grieving of like, don't think that this time there's going to be a finding our way back home, at least within the timeline and the frame. And there's damage done as well, but like I can put that aside because I care so much. But I don't think it's going to happen within the time frame of where it will actually be possible to work out again. Because I'm in a place now where like I'm becoming more in tune and aligned with myself and becoming more attractive, which I kind of lost in the relationship because I lost myself in the relationship. But the way that I got this relationship wasn't even through trying. It was because I was in such a different state and a different energy that I kind of attracted it to myself, or attracted the relationship. And I'm getting back into that place, and it's inevitable that somebody will find that attractive and come along. And there's already been a couple experiences where like I'm in a different energy, in a different state, talking to people in public, and I'm noticing the difference in the way people look at me because I'm looking at myself differently. And so inevitably, that's when you start to attract things, people, experiences, jobs, opportunity, friends, new things. It all comes when you're in the right alignment. And I'm in that alignment already, 1 month later. And it's just hard to think that with the way that my ex's current relationship is going, all the newness of that, I really hope that it works out. I'm not selfishly like needing that or whatever, but there's a grieving. There's a grieving for sure. I don't know anything about it to have any faith or anything of like, oh, like that. Yeah, maybe there's potential there if they both do the work and everything. But it's hard to like have somebody not validate the fact of like what we did have. Yeah, not not even grieving. It's just like an attachment pattern, but it does mess with your head a little bit of like, how is it possible that you're not grieving this? But that's the only way anybody can get into a relationship so quickly, because they're really not feeling the feelings of, I just lost a 2-year-long relationship. So yeah, anyways, I'm not trying to get too on that because I'm not trying to be judgmental, and I'm not trying to place blame on the people who do what they need to do in order to feel okay. But it's a sad thing. If you're in that place too, it's even hard to like clock it for yourself because, man, emotions are really scary big thing, and nobody's really ever been taught how to like let them be, how to let your emotions be here and you be here and not need to necessarily do anything about it. Like I said, you just let it be, and you really let it be in your body, and sometimes the discomfort might sit there for 3 hours, like it did with me this morning. But then at the end of it, these beautiful lessons come out of it. These beautiful metaphors, these beautiful, wow, how blessed am I to have had this experience with this incredible person. I will forever be so grateful and blessed to have had somebody love me like that, but also let myself love somebody like that. That's the first person that I've ever really let into my life in a way of like being vulnerable enough to let somebody in. And that's a hard thing to do. I love construction. I love seeing people just doing their thing. They're just chilling. They're just fixing roads. What a great life. What a great life. And that's another thing too. Like, you get to choose how you see things. If you're looking at the world and you're thinking, oh, who the fuck even needs, this job or these people or this, what are you talking about? If you're looking at something like that with that such a negative perspective, do you clock that? Are you aware that, or even with a relationship, are you aware how you're looking at that other person? If you're looking at anyone with any negative or ill intent for whatever reason, that's on you. They're not the problem. They might be toxic, they might be evil, they might be manipulative, they might even abuse you. You are the one at the end of the day who's still choosing how to view that relationship. It doesn't mean that you let them in. It doesn't mean that you tolerate abuse. But holding on to resentment, not forgiving, not seeing people in an utmost positive light. And that's what I think with the last relationship. I truly think she just saw me in a negative light. She couldn't see that I was just hurting and I was trying my best and doing what I could. Because if she would have seen it that way, we would have never had to break up. We could have done... anyways. Hopefully somebody can find this somewhat valuable or maybe relate. And I'm always open to having conversations with people about stuff like this, but it's kind of deep and it's kind of intellectual, and I kind of have a hard time finding people that want to go this deep ever. But I would love to have a community eventually of people where this is how we think, and this is how we think, and this is how we process, and this is how we view the world, and this is how we see people. And we look at people with such beautiful intent, and we see the good in people, and we see nothing but love. Because really, life is too short to not want to see the good in every single person. Anyways, I gotta focus on driving. I'm not driving at the moment. I gotta focus on... Have a great day.